Hi, everybody. Today we're going to talk about informative speaking. It is chapter 13 of our textbook. What is informative speaking? Why do we make an informative speech? We may want to expand our knowledge and awareness of the world. We want to learn new skills that are both beneficial and enjoyable. And maybe we want to understand the nature, workings, and implications of very important aspects or of some phenomena that we're not very familiar with. So, informative speaking is just for the reason that it says to teach people, to share with people, and sometimes to debrief. And we will address debriefings at the end as a special type of informative speeches. So, what kind of tips do we need in order to speak effectively? This is really from your textbook, and so some guidelines to remember. Speeches of descriptions vividly recreate the topic for the audience. Speeches of description employ colorful language. Speeches of demonstration show an orderly sequence of steps. Speeches of demonstration benefit from presentation aids. Speeches of explanation call for clear definitions of important terms. They also benefit from good examples, and they make effective use of analogies. So we see that there are description, demonstration, and explanation. Those types of informative speeches we addressed. And so description is just what it is, describing a phenomenon or an object or a process. Demonstration is basically one of those YouTube videos that shows how to fix a car. An explanation explaining something like a teacher would do. So the textbook offers a nice chart how to work with informative speeches when your audience is showing interest, or the audience has a lot of information, has information and lacks interest, or vice versa. So please consult with this chart, and in the textbook the chart is interactive. So it deals with uninterested and uninformed, interested and informed, uninterested, unsympathetic, distrustful people in your audience, and suggests strategies how to deal with those kinds of listeners. So, how to design your informative speech? You can have a categorical design. It arranges material by divisions or of topic. Comparative is comparing two things, and it could be, bordering with persuasive almost, because when you compare, you actually learn that one idea or one item is better than the other. Spatial organization is material organized in space. It is when you demonstrate something that is a three-dimensional object or architectural piece or any other item that has a spatial construction. Sequential is the sequence of events, for example, a plot of a movie. Chronological follows the timeline. You can talk about biographies, and there are chronological structures in a lot of other types of speeches. For example, you can use it for ceremonial a little bit, not too much. And finally, causation, the cause and effect of things explained one after another, and structuring your speech like that. So a special case of informative speaking is briefings. Briefings are, as you know, they have to be brief. It's when experts or people involved are sharing their knowledge, their information, their task, they're reporting out to the body that expects results, that expects a summary or a report. So when you're creating a briefing, cut out any material that is not related to your point. Keep your introduction and conclusion very short and make it very visible. Say exactly what you mean in your introduction, explain what you're looking for, and maybe give a glimpse of what you found. In your conclusion, be absolutely clear what you found and what it means. So begin with the preview and with the summary to help your audience follow your presentation. Organize your ideas before you open your mouth to speak. Rely heavily on facts and figures, um, um, except when you're talking about qualitative findings. Um, use testimony richly, use examples, supporting materials if necessary. Adapt your language to your audience, present your message with a lot of confidence, and be ready to answer very tough questions. So, briefings are not always perfect, and here are some ways briefings can go wrong. It may be unorganized, it may contain scientific or professional jargon, it may not have examples or comparisons to help the audience, in this case maybe the agency that is receiving the report, understand properly. It may be way too long for a briefing, and it may not be presented well. I would like to add verbally that speaking to your audience, with your audience, not at them, making sure that you answer questions properly, adequately, without confronting people, without disregarding any comment or criticism. That's the idea behind a good briefing, and briefings can go badly if those points are not observed. Okay, so this was a brief chapter because you've already worked on your informative speeches. This is just a summary to think about what kinds of speeches exist and how they are organized and what purpose they serve. Thank you.